Welcome to The Explainer. You know, as someone who absolutely loves a well-run, budget-friendly kitchen, I'm just so thrilled to share this one with you today. If you've been looking for a major grocery-saving kitchen hack, one that doesn't compromise on quality or health or flavor, well, you're in the exact right place. Today, we're diving into this brilliant guide on creating an endless supply of Greek yogurt right at home. We're going to save you some serious money, all while feeding your family the absolute best. Let's get right into it.
So let's just be completely honest for a second, okay? Feeding a family, well, it can get incredibly expensive. Think about your last weekly grocery run. Are you just totally tired of buying those pricey little containers of Greek yogurt every single week? I mean, if your family's anything like mine, you go through those premium tubs incredibly fast. Breakfasts, school lunches, baking, the demand literally never stops. And the second you start looking for high-quality, additive-free options, man, that price tag just keeps climbing. It's a universal frustration and honestly, a real pain point for so many of our grocery budgets. Okay, let's really dive into this. Let's look at a direct comparison that honestly puts the whole thing into perspective. Store-bought Greek yogurt is not only expensive, but, if you actually stop and read the labels, you'll often find hidden additives, preservatives, and just unnecessary fillers. Sometimes there are chemical names on there you can't even pronounce. Now, on the flip side, homemade Greek yogurt, it costs a mere fraction of the price. You are in complete control of the wholesome ingredients. No fillers, just pure, actual food. And the absolute best part, as you'll see in just a moment, you can create a literal endless supply. Which brings us to Section 1, the continuous supply hack, an endless, thrifty loop. All right, this is where we really shift your mindset. We're moving from just following a single one-off recipe to creating a sustainable loop of food right in your own kitchen. It's an absolute game changer for maximizing your grocery budget. Take a look at this quote from our source expert, Susan Boutenpain. She says, "After my first batch, I saved half a cup of my yogurt and used that for the starter of the next batch, and so on. I really want you to take this away today. Saving this tiny half cup of starter is the absolute secret to literally never buying yogurt at the store again. By just saving that little bit from your current batch, you capture the exact live active cultures needed to ferment your next one. Your yogurt basically pays for itself, batch after batch. It's just this beautiful, endless, thrifty loop."
Moving on to Section 2, the 2-milk secret for a perfect thick texture. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the specific formula we use to get that perfect, luxuriously thick texture without relying on any store-bought chemical thickeners. It truly gives you the best of both worlds. First up, you need a half gallon of whole organic milk. This is going to act as your rich, creamy base. But the real magic, that happens with the second ingredient, a full 52-ounce container of Fairlife whole milk. Because Fairlife is ultra-filtered, it naturally has a whole lot more protein. And that extra protein is exactly what creates a beautifully dense, thick yogurt right out of the gate. Finally, and this is for your very first batch only, you'll use 1 container of Chobani plain whole milk Greek yogurt. It has the strong, live active cultures needed to kickstart the whole fermentation process. But remember, after batch number 1, you're just going to use your saved half cup.
And here is Section 3, the Instant Pot method, which provides a completely hands-off, overnight process.
Now, you might be sitting there thinking this sounds like a lot of intense scientific kitchen work. But let me reassure you, the pressure cooker literally does all the heavy lifting while you're fast asleep. You wake up to a massive pot of fresh food. Let's walk through this simple A to Z process. First, pour both milks into your Instant Pot insert with the lid off, by the way, and press Sauté to heat the milk up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's a quick pro tip. Do not use the heavy pressure cooker lid for this step. Just use a glass lid, or honestly, no lid at all works fine. And whatever you do, do not skip this boiling step. Heating the milk first fundamentally changes the protein structure, which is going to give you a much thicker, creamier result. Once it hits 180, just press cancel. Step 2, cool it down. Step 3, add your starter and stir it in gently. Finally, Step 4, secure the lid, press the yogurt button, and just let it incubate for 8 to 12 hours. 8 hours is going to give you a nice, mild, creamy flavor, while 12 hours develops that classic, tangier Greek yogurt bite.
So the crucial point is actually right here in Step 2, the cooling process. Look at the milk cooling in this ice water bath. Precision absolutely matters here, folks. If your milk is too hot when you add that starter culture, it's literally going to kill off the live cultures, and your yogurt simply will not set. Don't try to guess the temperature. Use an instant read thermometer to make sure it's sitting exactly between 105 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Setting the insert directly into a sink of ice water, just like you see here, speeds this whole cooling step up to about 30 to 45 minutes.
Next up is Section 4, straining for perfection to achieve that incredibly thick Greek texture.
Let's see how this all builds together. After that 8 to 12-hour incubation, your yogurt is officially cultured. But when you open that lid, the yogurt will be set but kind of jiggly, sort of like a soft custard. We need to do just one more simple thing to achieve that true premium Greek-style perfection. To get it perfectly thick, we have to strain it. You're just going to transfer that jiggly yogurt into a large strainer lined with cheesecloth, set directly over a large bowl. Cover it up and pop it right in the refrigerator to chill and strain for about 2 to 4 hours. This passive step naturally drains off all the excess liquid, which is known as whey. And, hey, if you ever find it gets thicker than you prefer, no worries. Just stir a little bit of that drained whey back in until it reaches your absolute ideal consistency.
And this brilliantly illustrates the incredible reward for really very minimal effort. On the left, just look at that impossibly thick, luxurious yogurt literally clinging upside down to a wooden spoon. No way you'd get that without the Fairlife protein boost and that quick cheesecloth straining process. And on the right, the mouth-watering final product drizzled with a little honey and served with some fresh strawberries. Once it's done, you just spoon this into wide-mouth glass jars, secure the lids, and stick them in the fridge where it stays fresh for up to 2 weeks. It is absolute, undeniable proof that living a life of luxury can be incredibly thrifty. And you know, if you want to get a little creative, you can even stir in a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract before storing it, or use this as a base for protein-packed ice cream, or even a creamy potato soup. The possibilities are endless.
By investing just a little bit of upfront time, mostly while you're sound asleep, might I add, you now possess the secret to an endless, healthy supply of premium food for your family at just a total fraction of the supermarket cost. You're saving money, you're avoiding those artificial fillers, and you're creating a completely sustainable loop right there in your kitchen. So the only question left to ask yourself is, what will you mix into your very first batch? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you feel empowered to start your own yogurt loop, and I will see you next time.